Hi my dear YouTubers, it's Alex Davidson with you today. Let us talk a little bit about unpleasant side of the story. So we all know that visa applications, immigration applications, they could be refused. However well they could be prepared, usually when we're talking about refused applications, that's not those which are prepared well, but still, chances are that the application could be refused. We spoke before about refusal management and what to do if your application has been refused, so it's not a big deal, it's not a big problem. But now I would like to talk a little bit of a situation when you're reapplying after refusal. So say you were applying for a study permit in Canada or for a study visa in Canada, you were applying for the work permit in Canada, whatever you could imagine, right? Or maybe you applied for a temporary resident visa in Canada, you came here and now you want to change your status to say a student, right? Not necessarily you were refused, but anyways, you're changing your status. You're either reapplying or changing your status after the previous application. Simple, but still important point. Your previous application, either the refused one or the successful one, mandatory 100% has to be in line with the consecutive one. Do not fall into the trap when you were refused, say, for a reason of weak connections with the home country, say because you did not demonstrate enough points where like years of employment, etc., etc., and suddenly in the next application, out of nowhere, you show that you're working in your current position for 7 years instead of 1 in the previous application, right? Or whatever you could imagine. So say you demonstrated like $50,000 of assets and suddenly in the next application you're showing $500,000 more, right? Whatever you could imagine. Please be mindful that immigration officers, visa officers, they are not as simple as you might actually think of them. They absolutely mandatory in 100% of cases, whatever application they receive, they always verify information they got on this applicant. So they always check, okay, Mr. X, Mr. Smith, or Mrs. Smith, whatever, who is applying, what sort of information do we have on file on him or her? 20, 50 years ago, what was it? Was there an immigration application lodged before? Was there a temporary resident visa? Whatever it could be, they always verify and make sure that information provided is consistent and in line with the previous information. If there is anything which is contradictory, anything which does not go well into the previous story, whatever small fact it could be, it will raise additional questions and it could lead to the rejection, right? At the minimum, there would be additional unnecessary questions, okay? So if you're preparing that application, please make sure that you read your previous file carefully. If somebody has applied, and you will know about those so-called consultants working locally in whatever country in the world you can imagine, how those people act, they just take your documents, write down something you do not usually know, and just apply it. And God forbid them to write down like information they could imagine, because we've seen cases people being applied as cooks while they've never been cooks, people being applied mentioning that they are single while they have a family, and whatever else, right? So make absolutely sure that you read your previous application, that you make sure that you got all the documents in front of you. You don't have them, if you were moving, you lost them, you did not keep them in line, okay, we can extract those documents for you if necessary, right? But usually it will take time, it will provide a necessary delay. Make sure that you keep this information. If there is anything needed to be changed because, say, you did not do your due diligence properly, or you got a reasonable explanation why this information is not in line with your previous application, make sure that you provide this explanation explicitly in your cover letter. If you cannot draft this cover letter by yourself, well, come to us. We will be able to help you. But please be absolutely sure that you do it properly. Again, got questions? Come to us. I believe it's a very simple question, but anyways, I think it should have been addressed. So stay tuned with us.